Jon Gillies encompasses many attributes that are consistent with a great goaltender. Tough, dependable, and humble. But Gillies would have never laced a pair of skates if it wasn't for his parents, who encouraged him to start playing hockey at an early age.
What's your earliest memory of playing hockey?
I think it was probably a little fight, not a fight I had with my dad, but just over if I was going to be able to play full-time goalie or not. When I grew up, my grandpa was a goalie, my uncle was a goalie, my dad and my cousin, they all played Division I, and so it's all I wanted to do. But he, knowing that and knowing the lineage I had, he wanted me to play forward for learn to skate, and then play forward half and half for my first year at Mites. So we got into a little argument about that we talk about sometimes, but in the end I won, obviously.
Then who was the person, you said your father, was he the most influential person in getting you into play hockey?
For sure. I mean, he kind of, when I grew up, he made me multi-dimensional in the sense that he made me play multiple sports, and played soccer growing up, baseball, lacrosse, and things like that. But I always knew that I wanted to be a hockey player. He just, I think he did the right thing by making sure that it was what I wanted and not just doing it because I saw pictures of him around my house or different things like that. So I really thanked him for that, but he was definitely, in terms of getting me into hockey, he was definitely the one.
Well, you already mentioned about with your father playing and your grandfather and your uncle. It seemed like anyone who's dominating Gillies on the back of their jersey decided to pick up a goalie stick. For you, is that something that you feel like was drawn to you in the sense that you knew that you were always going to play goalie even though your father tried to push you to forward?
I mean, I didn't really know at first. I knew I always wanted to play hockey. I think the first time I ever picked up a stick was when I was 1 or something like that. I think when I was a mite starting organized hockey, and the first time I ever played goalie, I didn't like it, I don't think, because I thought it was hard or something like that, because you're so small back then and the net's so hard to cover. But I remember my second or third time, I really knew it was what I wanted to do, and finally my dad gave in, and we drove down to, he's from Concord, New Hampshire. We drove down to his old buddy's sports shop at like 5 o'clock in the morning and bought my first set of goalie pads and goalie gear. So that was a big moment in my career, and that's where it started.
Well, talk about your transition from Maine to getting to play in the USHL. And then there is that in-between period of everyone decides if they're going to play in college or not. What made you want to come to Providence College?
I mean, obviously, I think my road to Providence College was a little different one, where I had a lot less time to think about it because my situation with Northeastern matriculated pretty fast, and so Providence, the biggest thing about it was, as a goalie, you go where you're wanted, and Providence made it known that they wanted me and things like that, and that was one of the biggest things. But in the end, whether it was Quebec, the Remparts, or here, my family and I knew that we had the best of both situations with the renovations happening to the rink and stuff like that. So it really came down to the college versus major junior, and the college aspect of it. I mean, you play against older guys every night. It seemed to have a lot more structure, and definitely the off-ice component were probably the three biggest things that drew me to this route.
Gillies has already been named an All-American, was ranked 4th in the nation with save percentage last season, and was awarded the National Rookie of the Year award 2 years ago. The South Portland, Maine native sports a 19-11-2 record this season. That includes 4 shutouts in 32 games to date, which currently ties him for 3rd in the nation.
You seem to rack up a lot of individual accolades for yourself over the past 3 years, or whether it's Hockey East or with USA Hockey. Does that ever get to you? Do you ever think that maybe I am a better goalie than you give yourself credit for?
I don't think so. I think that a lot of awards are definitely goalie first and foremost. I mean, you're a product of your team and how your team plays in front of you, because the puck's got to get through 5 guys before it gets to you. And I mean, when you're playing a game behind a team and everyone seems to think everyone's doing the right way and the shots are coming from way outside or something like that, it's pretty easy to put up good numbers when you're playing in a system like I've been very fortunate with how hard the guys have worked in front of me. They've always had my back since the day I got here. I've done my best to have their back as well.
Well, you just celebrated your 50th career win in a Friars uniform this season. How did that feel like?
It felt pretty good. I actually didn't even know until I saw it on the Jumbotron after. But it's definitely, I think it's a testament to when we got here, when my freshman class got here, how we just took off, and everyone bought in to playing the right way and playing the way that we needed to be successful. And winning first and foremost is a team thing. And we can win games 9-8 or 1-0, it doesn't matter. Wins a win. I think that 50 wins for me personally is 50 wins for everyone that I've been playing with since I first got here and stuff like that. So it was a pretty special moment to share with everyone.
Do you ever feel added extra pressure to you with not only being the main goalie out of the school here, but also with being the Calgary draft pick that you are? You've been to the camp the past 3 years now. Do you ever feel like knowing that something past college and having those kind of expectations set on you, does that ever weigh on you?
No, I think the pressure's only when you put on yourself. It's better to just use it as something to work towards. I mean, every kid growing up, you dream of playing in the NHL, and to have one step of that dream realized before I came here was pretty cool. But I remember the first thing my dad said to me after graduation was, "Now the real work starts." He was right. I mean, everything you do from then on determines if you're actually going to get there, or if they wasted a draft pick. So it's nice, but in terms of pressure or anything like that, it's something fun to work towards. It gives you even more incentive to come to the rink every day, just knowing that that next step could be on the horizon if they get there.
And what do you think that Providence possesses that makes you so special, makes the team special compared to all the other teams in Hockey East?
I think we just refuse to lose, and every team wants to win, but I don't know if any one team wants to win more than we do. It's especially we're a pretty tight-knit group around here. We look at each other, don't want to let each other down, don't want to let the guy next to you down in the locker room. And also, I mean, obviously the story with Drew Brown is pretty well documented, but there's no bigger warrior, leader, or stronger person in the world than Drew Brown and what he's had to go through these past few years. I remember my mom's family's from Michigan, so I was driving back just after he had his surgery, and see him in the hospital bed, and he just always has a smile on his face, and he's always upbeat, and he just has this personality that makes you want to be better, and makes you want to play to the best of your ability for someone who can. And so we want to win for the school and for each other. We want to win for him too, probably first and foremost, and I think that's what drives us.
The Friars came within one game of making the Frozen Four last season, losing a hard-fought 3-1 game to the eventual national champions in Union. The third-round draft pick of the Calgary Flames in 2012 could have easily opted out and turned pro, but decided to return his junior year, wanting vindication of a national title.